If you've started to notice your blood flow slowing down, if your feet or legs tingle, feel cold, or go numb exactly when you need them most, you're not alone. That heavy, swollen sensation or the persistent pins and needles feeling is not random. It is your body sending a clear signal that circulation in your extremities is struggling to keep up. Be honest for a moment. Does this discomfort tend to appear when you've been sitting for a while or at the end of the day? This is one of the most common concerns I hear from older adults. But what if I told you there is a simple 1-minute daily fix you can do right now, sitting comfortably in your favorite chair, that can dramatically change this? A gentle, controlled movement that works like a natural pump, pushing fresh blood back into your tired legs and restoring healthy circulation from your heart all the way down to your toes. We're talking about more warmth, less discomfort, and relief from that constant, irritating numbness. This is not about intense workouts or risky medications. It's about understanding the basic mechanics of your body and giving it the precise stimulus it needs. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes I'm going to explain what's actually happening inside your veins and show you a simple fix that can improve your daily comfort almost immediately. My name is Dr. Sandra Miller. For more than 3 decades, I've dedicated my medical career to helping older adults not just cope with aging, but truly function better as they age. My philosophy is straightforward. The body is designed to heal, and very often the most powerful solutions are also the most gentle and natural. I've seen time and again how small, targeted changes can reverse years of discomfort. Today, we're focusing on one of the body's most essential life forces, circulation. So, why does this problem become more common with age? Why do tingling and numbness start to appear? Think of your circulatory system like an extensive plumbing network. Arteries deliver fresh, oxygen-rich blood downward, while veins are responsible for bringing used blood back up to the heart and lungs. When we're younger, this system is flexible, responsive, and efficient. But with age, several changes occur. First, the inner lining of your blood vessels, called the endothelium, becomes stiffer and less responsive. This lining produces nitric oxide, a critical molecule that signals blood vessels to relax and stay open. When nitric oxide levels decline, vessels narrow and stiffen. Second, gravity becomes a constant challenge, especially for blood trying to return from the feet. Unlike arteries, which benefit from the strong push of the heart, veins rely on one-way valves and the surrounding muscles to move blood upward. This mechanism is known as the venous muscle pump. When you sit for long periods or remain inactive, that pump essentially shuts down. Blood begins to pool in the lower legs and feet, creating heaviness and swelling. At the same time, reduced circulation means nerves receive less oxygen, which is what leads to numbness and tingling. It's essentially a traffic jam forming in your lower body. And here's what most seniors are never told. It's not only your arteries that matter. The real key to restoring healthy blood flow lies in the tiny valves inside your veins. There is a common misconception that circulation problems only affect people with serious heart disease, but that simply isn't true. Even with otherwise healthy aging, the smaller blood vessels naturally lose elasticity and efficiency. This gradual decline is normal, but it is also very fixable, especially the part that depends on muscle activity. When less oxygen reaches the nerve endings, that discomfort you feel, the tingling, numbness, or burning sensation, is a distress signal. Your body is asking for movement. The good news is that we do not need intense exercise to correct this. What we need is targeted, gentle movement that reactivates the muscle pump without stressing your joints or your heart. Once you understand this basic physics of pressure and flow, the solution becomes very clear. And now, we arrive at the core of today's message, the 1-minute daily fix that helps restore blood flow and vitality to your lower body. We're going to focus on the deepest muscles in your calves and feet, the muscles that generate the strongest squeeze on your veins and reactivate the venous muscle pump we just discussed. This can be done immediately, right now, while seated. I call this combination the ankle rocker and toe splay. Step 1 is the rocker, seated calf activation. Sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor. Without lifting your toes, raise your heels as high as you can, squeezing the calf muscles. Hold that position for 2 seconds and feel the contraction. Then slowly lower your heels and immediately lift the balls of your feet and toes as high as possible, pivoting on your heels. You are gently rocking your feet back and forth from heel to toe in a smooth, controlled rhythm. This motion allows the calf muscles to act like a piston, pushing stagnant blood upward and out of the lower legs. Perform this rocking movement 10 to 15 times, making sure you feel the muscles actively working. As you do this, notice something important. Do your feet already start to feel warmer or lighter? That response tells you the pump is turning back on. Stay with me because the next step enhances this effect even further. Step 2 is the toe splay, foot and nerve activation. After finishing the rocker, keep your feet flat on the floor. Now, actively spread your toes apart as wide as you can and hold that position for 5 seconds. Then scrunch your toes tightly together. Repeat this splay and scrunch sequence 5 to 10 times. This simple movement does 2 powerful things at once. It improves microcirculation in the tiny blood vessels of the feet, and it stimulates nerve endings, which is critical for reducing numbness and improving balance. When you combine the deep muscle pump from the rocker with the nerve activation from the toe splay, you create a complete, effective 1-minute circulation reset. Perform this routine once in the morning, once in the afternoon, and once before bed. The science is straightforward. Movement creates pressure. Pressure drives blood flow. And consistent, gentle movement is far more effective than occasional intense effort. If you're already noticing a difference just by trying these movements, that's your body responding exactly as it should. Sharing this kind of information helps it reach people who truly need it. Movement is one part of the solution, but it's only half of the picture. The internal health of your blood vessels matters just as much. To restore and maintain circulation, we must nourish the endothelium, the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels, so it can remain flexible and responsive. This comes down to a few essential nutritional supports. First, let's talk again about nitric oxide. This molecule is the primary natural relaxer of your blood vessels. Your body produces nitric oxide from a compound called L-arginine, and you can support this process naturally through diet. Leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and arugula are excellent sources because they are rich in natural nitrates that your body efficiently converts into nitric oxide. Beets deserve special mention. They are one of the most powerful dietary sources available. Even a single glass of beet juice can noticeably improve circulation and, in many people, gently lower blood pressure. Second, we must protect the walls of your blood vessels from ongoing damage. This is where vitamin C and E play an important role. Vitamin C is essential for collagen production. Think of collagen as the structural cement that keeps capillaries and veins strong and intact. Vitamin E works differently. It is a potent antioxidant that helps prevent oxidative damage to fats in the bloodstream, a process that contributes to vessel stiffening and plaque formation. You'll find these nutrients in foods like citrus fruits, bell peppers, almonds, and sunflower seeds. Have you ever considered that nourishing your blood vessels can be just as important as exercising them? This balance is critical for lasting improvement. In a moment, I'll explain the most common mistake people make that quietly undermines circulation. But first, let's talk about one surprising spice you likely already have in your kitchen, one that research shows can support healthy blood flow and reduce clotting tendencies. Another essential support comes from omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish like salmon or taken as a supplement. Omega-3s reduce chronic inflammation throughout the body, and inflammation is one of the biggest enemies of healthy circulation. When inflammation is controlled, blood vessels remain smoother, wider, and more responsive. For seniors dealing with numbness, I often recommend alpha-lipoic acid, or ALA. This powerful antioxidant has been extensively studied for its ability to support nerve health and reduce symptoms of peripheral neuropathy, especially when numbness is linked to reduced blood flow and nerve irritation. ALA directly supports the nerve sheath, improving signal transmission and comfort. Beyond the 1-minute movement fix, there are simple secondary habits you can incorporate throughout the day to keep blood flowing. The first is hydration. Even mild dehydration thickens the blood, making it harder for the heart to pump and more difficult for blood to pass through small capillaries. Aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, or more if you're active. Don't wait until you feel thirsty. Thirst is already a late signal. The second habit is tension release. Many people unknowingly keep their leg, glute, or hip muscles tense while sitting. This constant tension acts like a tourniquet, compressing major blood vessels that supply the lower legs. Simply standing up once an hour, even walking a few steps, releases that tension and gives circulation a meaningful boost. Remember, motion lubricates the joints and acts as a pump for the veins. The third secondary support may sound simple, but it's something professional athletes rely on after every game. A warm foot soak. Heat causes blood vessels to dilate, immediately increasing blood flow to the area. A 10-minute soak in warm water at the end of the day can be deeply soothing and very effective at moving stagnant blood out of the feet. Adding a few drops of rosemary or peppermint oil can enhance the effect, as these oils gently stimulate circulation. One of the most common conditions directly linked to poor blood flow is peripheral neuropathy. This is the medical term for damage to the peripheral nerves, the nerves responsible for carrying signals between your central nervous system and the rest of your body, including your feet and legs. When circulation is compromised, these nerves are literally deprived of oxygen and essential nutrients. That deprivation is what causes the numbness, the burning sensations, and the tingling so many people describe. To truly address the nerve problem, we must do two things simultaneously: restore circulation and nourish the nerves themselves. We've already addressed circulation with the ankle rocker movement. Now, to support nerve repair, we return to nutrition and gentle physical stimulation. In addition to alpha-lipoic acid, B vitamins play a critical role here. The B-complex vitamins, especially B12, B6, and folate, B9, are absolutely essential for nerve health. They are directly involved in building and maintaining the protective myelin sheath that surrounds your nerves and allows signals to travel properly. Many seniors are deficient in vitamin B12, not because they don't consume enough, but because absorption naturally declines with age. That's why supplementation is often necessary. However, here's something most people don't realize. Many seniors are taking B vitamins, but not the right form of B12, and that's often why their numbness hasn't improved yet. I'll explain exactly which form matters in the advanced strategies section. Beyond nutrition, we also need gentle nerve stimulation. Using a textured foot roller or even a simple tennis ball, rolling the sole of your foot for a few minutes while seated can significantly improve sensation. This kind of stimulation helps wake up the nerves and encourages healthy signaling. It's essentially a form of at-home physical therapy that reminds your nervous system how to fire correctly. Now, let's move into some advanced strategies that can significantly amplify your circulation routine. These go beyond the basics and address the entire system. First, let's return to the B12 issue I mentioned earlier. If you are taking B12 and still experiencing numbness, absorption may be the problem. The key is choosing methylcobalamin, the biologically active form of B12, rather than the synthetic form, cyanocobalamin. Methylcobalamin is far easier for the body to use, especially in older adults or anyone with digestive challenges. This single adjustment can make a meaningful difference in nerve recovery. The second advanced technique is diaphragmatic breathing, also known as deep belly breathing. This may seem unrelated to your feet, but physiologically, it's a powerful tool for circulation. When you breathe deeply using your diaphragm, you change pressure inside your abdomen and chest. That pressure shift acts like a vacuum, actively pulling blood from the lower body back toward the heart. Try this simple exercise. Lie flat on your back. Place one hand on your abdomen. Inhale slowly through your nose, allowing your belly to rise. Then exhale slowly through pursed lips. Just 5 minutes of this breathing each day can significantly improve venous return. Many people think deep breathing is only for relaxation, but medically speaking, it's one of the most effective and completely free ways to enhance circulation from the legs. The third advanced strategy is leg elevation. Gravity works against circulation all day long, so we occasionally need to make it work in our favor. When sitting in the evening, elevate your legs so your feet are slightly above heart level. Even raising them just 6 to 12 inches can reduce swelling and help drain pooled blood, making it easier for fresh blood to circulate once you lower your legs again. Aim for about 15 minutes, 2 to 3 times per day. And just as important as adding helpful habits is eliminating those that actively damage circulation. Let me speak candidly about the most harmful behaviors I see regularly in my senior patients. The most damaging habit is prolonged sitting. The human body was never designed to remain seated for 8 hours at a time. Every hour, I recommend setting a gentle reminder to stand up, walk a few steps, stretch, or perform the ankle rocker. Prolonged sitting compresses blood vessels in the hips and thighs, severely limiting blood flow to the lower legs. Another major issue is crossing your legs. This seemingly harmless habit significantly restricts circulation. When you cross your legs, you compress the femoral artery and vein in the thigh, essentially kinking the main supply and return lines, much like bending a garden hose. Over time, this increases the risk of circulation problems and vein disease. Try to sit with both feet flat on the floor or slightly elevated. Have you noticed how often these habits sneak into your day without you realizing it? Awareness alone can be a powerful first step toward change. We've now covered the core fix, the nutritional foundation, and the advanced strategies. If you've learned something new today, I strongly encourage you to share this information with a friend or family member who may also be dealing with numbness, cold feet, or swelling. These symptoms are far more common than most people realize, and many suffer in silence, without knowing that simple, effective solutions exist. One often overlooked but very real mistake is wearing tight clothing or restrictive footwear. Anything that compresses your circulation, tight socks, constricting waistbands, or shoes that squeeze your toes, actively works against everything we're trying to achieve. Even mild, constant pressure can impair venous return over time. If your physician has recommended compression socks, that's appropriate, but they should never leave deep indentations or feel uncomfortable. Your clothing should support circulation, not restrict it. Now, let's look at a few science-backed circulation boosters with solid research behind them. First is pycnogenol, a French maritime pine bark extract. Human studies show that it significantly improves endothelial function and helps seal leaky capillaries, which directly reduces leg swelling and edema. This makes it a powerful advanced support for vein health. Second is L-citrulline. While L-arginine directly produces nitric oxide, L-citrulline is converted into L-arginine inside the body and often raises nitric oxide levels more efficiently and for longer periods. The result is better vessel flexibility and improved blood flow, exactly what we're aiming for. Third, and surprisingly effective, is regular use of cayenne pepper. It contains capsaicin, which gently dilates blood vessels and improves nutrient distribution. A small pinch in warm water or added to meals can serve as a simple, natural circulatory booster. Before we put everything together, one important timing detail. The best moment to do the ankle rocker is right after a bath or shower, when blood vessels are already naturally dilated. Now, let's integrate everything into one simple daily routine, so this feels manageable and realistic. Stop seeing these as separate tasks and start viewing them as one smooth flow of care for your lower body. Morning. Begin with a glass of water. Take your B-complex and alpha-lipoic acid with a nitrate-rich breakfast, such as a green smoothie or beet juice. After getting dressed, perform the ankle rocker and toe splay for 1 full minute to activate the muscle pump and start circulation for the day. During the day, set a gentle reminder to stand and move every hour, even briefly. Avoid crossing your legs. Sip water consistently. Afternoon. Perform the ankle rocker and toe splay again, and add 5 minutes of diaphragmatic breathing for an internal circulatory boost. Evening. Do a warm foot soak for 10 minutes. Then elevate your legs above heart level for about 15 minutes. Before bed, perform the ankle rocker one final time to support nighttime circulation and reduce cramps. Altogether, this routine takes less than 30 minutes a day, much of it while you're already sitting or relaxing. It's a complete approach: movement, nutrition, breathing, and positioning, working together. I want you to hear this clearly. You are not too old to restore comfort, warmth, and energy in your legs and feet. The circulatory system is remarkably resilient and responds quickly to gentle, consistent care. That numbness, tingling, and heaviness are not a final sentence. They are signals. And now you know how to respond. So let me ask you this, honestly and thoughtfully. Which part of this routine feels like it could make the biggest difference for you starting today? Start small. Commit to that 1 minute daily fix. And in a short time, you'll begin to feel the change. Imagine waking up and stepping out of bed without that pins and needles sensation. Imagine sitting through an entire movie or family dinner without the constant urge to move your feet because they feel cold, heavy, or numb. That level of comfort is not a fantasy. It is absolutely within your reach. Your body has an extraordinary ability to restore itself when you give it the right signals. Circulation improves when movement is gentle and consistent, when your vessels are nourished, and when you stop working against your own physiology. What we talked about today isn't extreme. It isn't complicated. It's simply aligning with how your body was designed to function. If this information gave you hope, clarity, or even a small sense of relief, I want you to know that you're not alone in this journey. Thousands of people are rebuilding comfort, warmth, and confidence in their legs one simple habit at a time. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future senior health tips that focus on real solutions you can actually use. And before you go, leave a comment below and tell me which step you're going to start with first, the ankle rocker, beet juice, or deep breathing. I read every comment, and your experiences help others feel encouraged to start as well.